Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. So this is the finale of the I've got to get this right, Wargamer Anonymous September challenge, which was to paint up scouts or skirmishers. I've come to the point where I think enough is enough now. I think I've spent about 5 days, is it? 4 or 5 days on these figures, and I think I'm going a bit paint blind, to be honest. It was really weird after I did the videos showing how to do the jewels, the spirit stones and the leather. I came back to continue on the figures today and I was almost lost as to where I was with some of them. The strangest thing, it kind of threw me, and I was a bit kind of back and forth rather than just continuing the process. It was ever such a odd feeling. But before I show you the figures, I thought I'd show you this box, and hopefully you're asking yourselves, what's in the box? And the answer is, those are all the paints that have been used on the figures that I've just painted. So there are 29 in the box that were used on the figures, and then the 4 that you see on the outside were used on the base. So that's 33 different paints used on these miniatures. So without further ado, let's have a look how they turned out. Okay guys, so I've treated myself to a very small light box to try and get some images looking better than they used to. This is only a 23cm by 23cm one. Cost me £8.59 from eBay, and as I say, it's just something I was having to play with to see how much better it is showing figures off and the such like, and you know, if it is that much of an improvement, then I may go for something bigger. So the first figure that you see in front of you is obviously a guy standing firing his rifle. Now, I'm not the best at doing bases. I've got to find some items that I could put on there that may fit in. At the moment I'm struggling to do that, so I've just painted the base with initially with Caliban green from Citadel, then I painted it with Deathworld Forest, and then I highlighted it again with Elysian green, and the stones are painted in Skavenblight Dinge and then Dawnstone, followed by Administratum Grey. So that's the front of the figure. I'll show you the back. There he is. Really like how the leather turns out, and I don't know whether I mentioned it in the video that I did about painting the leather backpack, but I find this the most pleasing and simplest way to highlight these types of materials, with these 4 paints, with the Rhinox hide, Agrax Earthshade, then Rhinox hide to highlight, then the Doombull brown to highlight, and then finally Scrag brown to highlight further. So that's the first chappie. Next chappie is the sinister looking guy with his hood up and whatever, and you can't see his eyes, a bit Strider-esque. As you know, painted exactly the same as the first one. Nothing to add to this really. Not even any flesh on this one either, so again, like the other one, not much difference at all. On to the next one. Okay, so we got some flesh on this guy, and that was base coat of Cadian flesh tone, then a wash of Reikland flesh shade, then a highlight of Cadian flesh tone, then a highlight of Kislev flesh, and then a highlight of a mix of Kislev flesh and Pallid Witch flesh. On this one you can see that he's got like a bionic eye or whatever, or sight, and I've tried to do the gem thing on that. That possibly needs a coat of gloss paint, I'm not certain. This chap's got hair, so I went for a black on this one. I'd already gone for a blonde effect on one of the others, so this was just basically Abaddon black and then a highlight of Storm Vermin fur. 2 more to go. So this is one of my favourite poses, obviously sniping whilst kneeling. We got some flesh on the face there, blonde hair as I mentioned, different to the other guy. This one's got a gemstone in his crotch, so to speak. It's the smallest of gemstones, and I'm not saying anything about his equipment. So yeah, this one turned out really well. I really like this one. I think the highlighting is really good on this one. I'll just show you the back. That's the back, and you can see that we've got his the sole of his boot as he's kneeling to paint up on this one as well. He's got again a bionic metal plate with a bionic eye, so that's a gem on that as well. And on all the rifles, the front of the sight, there is like a gem effect on there as well. So finally, here's the leader. Well, I'm counting him as the leader anyway. Really enjoyed painting this guy with the hood and the face mask. He's got the gem on his belt. You can see that the other one would have been on his belt as well. Sorry, the guy that was sniping would have been on his belt. Now the thing that he's holding in his hand, behave, is what they call a shuriken pistol. Now that's got to be the biggest damn pistol I've ever seen. You know, I don't know about blowing your head clean off. I think if he threw it at you, you'd probably die as well. Plus the fact he's got to have some bloody strength in his hand to keep that steady. I really do think that the shuriken pistol's a bit out of proportion. It should be half the size of that. But anyway, as you can see, I did quite well with this one. Really pleased with this particular figure, and this is the leader figure. And if you look at the back, this guy actually has got the backpack that I showed you yesterday that was all complete and finished. So there we go guys, my first completed unit for my Eldar. One thing I did different on these is I painted the rims of the bases black. I don't do that. I always paint them the colour of the top of the base. So if the foliage or the ground is brown, then the rim of the base will be brown as well. But in this instance, a lot of people say that a black rim shows the figure off better. So that's what I decided to go for in the end. Let me know what you think about this light box, whether it does work. It'd be interesting for me to look at the video once I've done this to see how well these pictures turn out. Anyway guys, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for your support. I really do appreciate it. I've had some really nice comments, some really encouraging comments, especially about the tutorials, which, as you know, I've never done before. I realised I did do some mistakes in them, showing paints and then not showing them on the on the gem, and the unsteady hand with the camera whilst I was showing you the backpacks was also a bit of a, wasn't very good. But I really do appreciate your kind comments about them, and I may do more in the future if there's anything that I think that people may be interested in. I hope your week is going well. This is Tuesday obviously, and that you're all staying safe. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch up with you soon.